All right, everybody, welcome to Friday. How are ya? Hope y'all are doing great. Let's see what's going on for you today. We do have a full moon in Pisces this weekend on the 7th. So this is a big deal. We have Saturn involved. Saturn just moved back into Pisces. So Saturn is really asking you to put in some time and effort on situations or issues that may have started in 2023. If that rings a bell for any of you, then Saturn is having an impact on your life. Something that started in 2023 may need to get closed up completely by February of next year. So you've got about 5 or 6 months now to get it going. If you want to use astrology to help you do things like that, it helped me start this channel. So if you want to learn astrology from me and how you figure out your life path and your mission and purpose and your peak periods, link below. Okay. All right. Let's see where we're going today for everybody. Trust. I have Saturn right here. So there's a karmic path to be released, new life, safe travel, relief, psychic. Wow. All right. For a few of you, you've been a little bit pushing back on your intuition. And what I mean by that is you could have felt like you could be getting a lot of hits or getting a lot of directional, nudges to send you in different ways, different directions in your life, send you in different paths. Okay, look at this. So you see the 4 corners here? I don't know, somebody's in 4 corners. I'm talking to somebody in 4 corners, but there's definitely something here that you need to trust. You need to trust your intuition more. I feel like it sent you in a different direction. Your lack of trust in intuition sent you in a different direction, sent you kind of down a rabbit hole. That was, a little bit unnecessary. Didn't really have to do that. It's time to really open up to your psychic gifts right now. 9 of Wands. Deep breath, everybody. 6 of Pentacles. The 2 of Swords. The World and the Page of Swords. So life's coming in. Okay. And some of you, this may not have anything to do, well, not going to say that. Your intuition could have sent you down a road that kept you from getting messages as it relates to a romantic partner or a love partner. Some of you fell back on some old patterns, like you've been really doing so well with your learning and with, what you're healing in yourself. And this person shows up and you fall back into your old patterns. So I'm just saying to you, like, this reading really says, like, it's time to trust. It's time to learn how to trust your intuition. Stop gaslighting yourself. Ace of Wands, 10 of Wands, the Devil card. There it is again. Wow. That showed up in my Aries reading for all of you fire signs. That showed up in the Aries reading, that there is somebody standing in your way. Now, this could be energetically, doesn't have to be physically, but energetically still matters, and it still has the same impact. Somebody that you feel like you need to do more for. You might feel like you haven't done enough for this person. Okay. And so you might have new ideas about this, but they're still standing in your way. I almost feel like there's a conversation that's trying to come in, but you're falling back into your old patterns. You come so far, you're falling back into your old patterns here. The Fool. Because this is going to be new. Okay. Page of Pentacles. This is not just about learning my gifts, opening my gifts, and kind of like incrementally changing or shifting into a different kind of life or a different way of being in my life. This is a massive shift. So Pisces full moon eclipse This is going to be a radical, like almost like a catapult you into this new life feeling. And that may be something that you're pushing back on. Like, I don't want that radical a change right now. Because I got to learn some new stuff. If you keep falling back onto your old patterns, you might be seeing it. You might be seeing in terms of codependency and stuff like that. Like, it's time to let go of toxic individuals who are standing in your way. I feel like it's kind of going to be a little unceremonious, meaning that it's not going to be gentle. Something like that. Eight of Swords, the Magician, and the Seven of Pentacles. It's not going to be gentle. I feel like it's not going to be gentle because you've put it off and put it off and put it off for so long. This change, this stepping onto the new path is going to be it's almost going to be like a little jolt. Okay. It's going to feel like you're jolting yourself, or it's going to feel, I'm really getting that this is kind of out of your hands now. Like, we've crossed some kind of Rubicon, that if you haven't chosen to step into what you're here to do, your psychic powers, your capability, then I feel like you're getting a hip check, a little bit of a hip check here. This almost feels like I want to fall back into my old patterns because it was comfortable and safe. And even with a person that might be showing up, that seems very secondary to me. But it just shows you that if somebody shows up, like an old ex from the past, or a person you've had a lot of lessons to learn, had a lot of lessons with, that you just automatically fall back into your old ways. And you're like, wait a second, I've done all this healing work. Why am I falling back into my old ways? So the universe is going to say, yeah, exactly. Why are you falling back into your old ways? That's the Eight of Swords and the Magician. I just don't think you see your own power. It's that simple. I feel like this is I'm not sure I'm good enough. I'm not sure I'm worthy. And that can be something that externally people kind of support in you, thinking that you're not good enough or you're not worthy or something like that. This could be a family, and it's just really blocking you. Okay. Because it's 100% nonsense. It's 100% nonsense. You're totally worthy of the path that you're on. Stop falling back into these old patterns where, oh, someone else, I need to work with someone else. I need to get more certifications, or I need to get more something. I need to learn more. I need to keep learning more. And I feel like that stops you here. Like, you have what it takes. You have it already. It's within you. You don't need more. Okay? It's within you. The psychic gift is within you. The Chariot, the Tower, the Ace of Swords, the Empress, and the Eight of Wands. So there is some fast movement forward here. I feel like you don't see this coming. You don't see that there's kind of a sprint ahead, or like a lunge ahead into this new chapter. And all of a sudden there's some kind of truth that comes from it. So the Ace of Swords and the Magician, you're absolutely on the path of this new life. And whatever this is, this like, no, I'm not worthy. No, I'm going to sit down, take them next. You do this. There's just this resistance here. I feel like this jolt is the hip check thing is going to be the Tower. Okay. To get you moving. So whatever that has to be, to get you moving, that, what is this Devil card? I feel like there might be, someone ending a relationship with you. Four of Swords, Five of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Yeah. This came up in the Aries reading on yesterday so if any of you are Aries or fire signs, I'm going to say to you that there was a King of Swords with an Ace of Swords. They have something to say to you that I feel like is not very kind or generous or nice or even well put. I feel like they're going to blurt something at you. And this is, whatever it is, it's like, don't worry about the content of the message. This is a sign. This is a sign that the universe is trying to nudge you forward. So someone might come in and blurt something at you or be kind of unkind, and you're going to want to sort of go into your old ways to help this person, help them and nurture them and everything. No, that's not the purpose of this blurt. This is not the purpose. All this is, pay no attention to the content of what this person is saying. Because first of all, I do feel like they're very manipulative. Okay. And I feel like this is somebody that you know is manipulative. This is not news to you. And they're going to maybe say something unkind or whatever. All you need to do is go, okay, that's my sign. Like the universe is wanting to tell you there are a lot of signs and symbols and information that have been trying to get through to you, but you fall back into these old patterns. I'm getting a headache just having this feeling of like, why won't you budge? You keep asking for signs and signs and signs and signs and manifesting and talking to your guides and doing all this. They're like, oh my God. Here, I'm going to use this reading on Soulful Revolution to say, hey, here's your sign. Dude, here's your sign. There is a King of Swords, and there's going to be some kind, you start to move forward, and someone says something unkind. Or someone says something like, oh, don't you think you ought to wait on that? Don't you think that's like a kind of a sudden decision, like trying to undercut your self-confidence? All you do is like, oh no, that's my sign. Thanks a lot. And it's like, keep going. Keep going. I know this is counterintuitive. I know it is. But the whole point of this is that you start trusting your intuition. If you get that sign and you get that person coming up and saying something unkind, you're like, thank you. Thank you. And they're like, I don't know what just happened here, but I'll tell you what happened here. You're paying attention to your intuition. That's what just happened here. You're paying attention to your intuition. It's very counterintuitive. Okay, a lot of spirituals on that. Very counterintuitive. What's the content of the message? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but I'm nosy, so I'm going to ask. Death, ending a relationship with you, ending this. Queen of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Drama, drama, drama. This person is dramatic, trying to be dramatic, trying to throw down. What are those things that the police have that they throw in the road to stop a high-speed chase? If you don't see that you are going to be moving forward very quickly, very soon, this unkindness is designed to wake you up. All right. So let's see where this takes you. Wow. That was like, I was having a hard time even getting beyond like the old methodology, the old path, the old way I used to do things. Because there's something that, when it appears to you, you're like, you fall back into your childhood role, or you fall back into scapegoat, you fall back into, and so this unkindness is kind of like, no, stop doing that. Wow. All right. The universe is getting angry. So, this Pisces full moon may be the thing, or Saturn may be the thing that says, hey, the last 2 years, didn't you learn anything from these last 2 years? This is your sign. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on. Let's see where this takes us. I'm interested in the psychic capabilities. I'm interested. First of all, you got to start trusting yourself. That's what Spirit is saying here. So I hope you won't have this unkindness. Link is below if you want to continue on. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.